Cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Are you pumped? Are you
I'm
pumped
ready.
up, my friend?
Totally.
That's how we do it. Gotta set the scene. Gotta get the metal. Gotta get the hard rock going. That's right. Get the intro going. Eric Calderone in the house. Movie Dojo chat who's just now showing up. That's right. We got Lady Danish in the house. Heather Love. Soon more will be showing up to watch the badassity that is Eric here.
Oh
And
yeah. It oozes.
congratulations, my friend. Your channel is just like doing so well. You're over 1 million subscribers. I'm sure soon you'll be 5 million, 10 million.
It's just numbers. They're meaningless.
I just wanted to give you some shine there because it's awesome. I mean, I
Thank
feel like
you.
you just, yeah, I'm such a fan. You know, I feel like you deserve way more. But yeah, I came across a small little video
Okay.
many, many, many years ago.
I've been on there a while.
Many, many years ago, I was surfing the tube. Samurai was surfing the tube, and I came across a video of a badass guitarist playing the X-Men theme song. I was like, "What? What is going on here? This is my shit, man." And I was like, "All right, I got to start following this guy." I watched more of your stuff. I was like, "This guy's right up my alley, man. He loves metal. He loves movies. He loves games.
Big
Holy
time.
crap!" Isn't it? It's fun.
It is. It is. It's very fun.
So I subscribed. You know, my wife's a fan. I was just like, all right, we got to follow this guy, man.
Cool.
Now, here's the thing. There's so many badass and extremely talented musicians on YouTube. There's so many of them on there
I
that do
agree.
covers, and they're very talented at what they do. But a lot of them are kind of, I'm gonna be honest, they're kind of boring.
Okay.
You know, they just come on and just sit there and do the cover, and then they leave. That's it. But what we love about your channel is, not only are you doing covers of badass things that we like movies and games or whatnot, but your channel's fun.
Good. That's
You know?
awesome to hear.
Yeah, I mean, come on. How could you not love this guy right here? Come on now.
Oh, Jesus.
This screams fun, all right? But you got to have fun. And then you having fun on screen makes the viewers have fun with you. You know what I mean?
Well, good.
Yeah. So we're big fans. So how did you get what inspired you to become a musician? And then I'll let you take it from there, and then I'll
Oh,
pop in.
wow. Okay. Let's see. So, musician. Okay, so my parents, no one's a musician in my family.
Okay.
But they love music. Like,
Nice.
my dad used to, he was a salesman, but he worked out of the house.
Right. Right.
So we lived in Florida, and 5:00 every day, work was over because my dad set up, that was like the old school 90s. He had like the speakers set up throughout the house,
Right.
for parties and all that.
Yeah.
Can I cuss on here?
Oh, you curse all you want, my friend.
Okay.
That's what we do here, man.
Yeah. So he had shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And he knew work was done because Journey or Phil Collins or something would play on
Yeah.
the speakers throughout the house because work was over. And he always needed, my dad especially, he always needed music on, like if it was Little River Band or Billy Joel or just whatever.
Yeah.
So whenever I was around the age maybe like 10, they were like, there's actual CD stores. I know it's hard to believe, but there's actually stores where you bought physical music.
Right.
And, my parents would go, to get someone's new album. And, I would go with them. I think my first album I ever bought was, I want to say it was Pearl Jam.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I love Pearl Jam. At the time, it didn't do anything for me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Then around like the maybe like the 12 area, like 92, 93, we'd go back and there was this huge like display of the Black Album. So I was like, everyone was making a huge deal out of it.
Right.
So I was like, can I get this? It sounded cool, Metallica.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I got it, and after that, that was it. That was it. I didn't
represent.
I didn't pick up a guitar yet, but
Okay.
that's kind of like what started, like, the whole
Nice
business. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I got 2 tattoos on my arms. Metallica
There you
and
go.
Pantera.
That's what happens.
Yeah, Metallica and Pantera, because those two were my gateway bands.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar to you. I was just like, what is this garbage I'm hearing on the radio? I'm tired of listening to this bullshit garbage on the radio. What is this? Ooh, Metallica. Ooh, Pantera. What is this?
Yep.
Ooh, Judas Priest. Oh, what, Megadeth? Oh, it's like candy.
And
just like, man.
And it was easy too, because, when, I forget what store it was. It was maybe like, I want to say it was FYE before it was FYE, whatever that was.
Yeah.
They had a metal section. Like, there's actually a metal section.
What?
Had like the little,
Get out.
I know. And so, after Metallica, I would just go to the metal section. I would pick out cool looking covers. So,
there you go.
because you couldn't like test music out.
Mm-hmm.
You just had to like kind of go with it. So
that's it.
After that, it was, I obviously got a Maiden one, because all Maiden covers are like, oh, what's this?
You gotta love Eddie, man.
Yeah. And then, that just sort of started like, hey, most of the time I was like, if the art was great, a lot of the times the music like kind of, followed along pretty easily.
Right.
So it was, I got Painkiller, Judas Priest.
Oh my God.
Was dead on with that one. I was like, okay, this is fucking amazing.
because radio sucks. All they played was Breaking the Law.
Yeah.
Now, nothing. I don't have anything against breaking the law. I like breaking the law. It's fun.
Me too. Right.
But when that's all you hear, you just like, oh, it's the Breaking the Law band.
Yeah.
And then when I heard Painkiller, I was like, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Oh my God. And I think it was at a Knotfest several years back. Judas Priest played, and they ended with Painkiller, and it was amazing. It was amazing watching it live, man. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, go ahead, continue. We're having fun.
Oh yeah. So and then just like after that, it was just like, okay, I just started getting, you knew who the big bands were, because the CDs you had to go through were long. Like, there's a lot of them.
Right.
So then I started getting the ones that maybe had like a single CD in there.
Yep.
Or maybe just like 2 or 3. So we moved on to like Wasp and Iced Earth and
Iced Earth.
Oh my God. Maybe let's see. Who else? Wasp, Iced Earth. There was a couple of early ones. I want to say Monster Magnet's in there somewhere.
Okay.
Because when Power Trip came out in the late 90s, that was they were parodying a lot of the rap that was out.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
So they were kind of making a stink. And because and then it was weird, because all I ever knew was art. Like, my dream was to be a comic book artist from a tiny child. And I was like, it was like the first time that I had like a battle. Like I was like, I don't know if I want to do that anymore because I'm, getting really heavy into the music stuff.
Right. Gotcha.
And just really started I think I was just buying anything at the time. Just to just to give it a try.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to experiment. And speaking of art, I had absolutely no idea that you were a badass artist yourself. This is amazing.
Thank you.
This is insane.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did because my parents thought I was some sort of I was a very like a, what do I want to say? Not a genius child, but like, they thought like something was going on because I don't know, I was like a quick learner.
Right. Yeah.
So they just, they gave me, the what do you call that thing? You used to draw on it, and then you lift it up, and it disappears. It was like a gray piece of paper.
Like tracing paper? Like tracing paper kind of thing?
I can't remember what it was. Like a red.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like a red pad, and it had like a film on it, right? And you draw on it, and then you lift the film up, and it disappears, so you can draw again.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Gave me one of those, and I drew like my parents have boxes and boxes of just like drawings and drawings. So that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
Which I did go to school for that, just in case, along with music. So but I kind of, I'm very one track minded. So when I got into music, I didn't like forget about art, but I didn't want to concentrate on art.
Temporarily put it on the back burner until you.
But I'm in a mid-30s now, and I was like, I'm just going to do what I want. So started getting back into art.
Yeah, you got to. Look, we got comments here. Lady Danish says, "Awesome art, Eric."
Thank you.
All right, we have Red Eclipse here saying that art is badass. I have spoken. There you go. And also Brian here says awesome art. So
thank you.
And the Movie Dojo Army, they have good taste. They know what's going on.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, are you gonna start having your certain? Is your art limited? Are you selling it, or are you showing it? It's limited.
No, I'm a horrible. That's one of my first things. I'm a horrible businessman. So
okay.
My whole family is full of. That's all they are, is salesmen and businessmen. If someone like, my dad especially wants to pull his hair out because, if someone's like, hey, I'd like you to play, hire you to play, what's your rate? And I'm just like, Mountain Dew and at the time
Doritos,
carton of cigarettes,
There you go. Right.
So I just sort of, I do it and say, hey, if, this is available, I'm not too much of like a digital seller or like a physical seller. I don't want like copies or anything. So I just, I do something, I never keep it. And it's like, hey, if someone wants it, throw something my way.
There you go. Yeah, as long as it works, as long as that's working for you.
And no expectations. If no one wants it, no one wants it.
I doubt that. But yeah, it's really awesome. Oh, and by the way, your cover of Mortal Kombat was fucking sick, man. That was like really dope.
Thank you.
I posted that on our Facebook page, that PhatSamuraiGuy Facebook group page, and all the comments were, dude, this should have been in the new movie, man. They were like, fuck the version that's in the new movie. This would have been awesome. But
see, it's funny too, because can I tell a Mortal Kombat story?
Tell it. My friend.
I always, I'm one of those people that like to back up my things. Like when stuff starts getting trendy, I say, I'm one of the people that am very particular with saying, oh, I'm a fan of this. And here's my binder of like, pictures when I was a kid to prove that I was a fan of this. I don't like, the new Batman movie's coming out. All of a sudden, everyone's a Batman fan. It's like, okay, well, you haven't mentioned Batman like in like 2 years, so that's like a pet peeve of mine. So
got them bandwagon jumpers, right?
Yeah. So it's funny because at the time, Catholic school, my whole life, by the way. At the time, when Mortal Kombat came out, really big stink when that came out.
Right.
And, I was kind of a loner, kind of shy, very shy person in school. Didn't talk all that much. And I was
shy too.
Yeah. And I was, bullying back then was like, it's so different from what it is now.
Right.
Back then it was just like, making fun of the electronics you had or, just comics. Like I loved comics back then. I was made fun of for it. Like, and now all of a sudden everyone's a comic book fan. Like, it's like, it kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Right.
So at the time I was made fun of for having a Sega Genesis because Super Nintendo was the thing. I know.
I was a Sega fanboy. I went through the same shit, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and when that battle was happening, everyone at school got the Super Nintendo for Christmas, and I got Sega, probably because it was cheaper. So my dad got Sega for me, and I was just like, kind of ridiculed, and like, it was like, oh, he has the fucking Sega, what a loser. And then Mortal Kombat dropped, and it had the blood code on it.
Yep.
So, Super Nintendo didn't. They never put it in there. So when that came out, like, I was like 7 at the time. Like, my parents probably shouldn't have got it for me anyway.
Yeah.
But, that was like the two things that kind of like made me the cool kid for a second is, number one, I had the blood code. Number two, my parents were cool enough to let me, to let like a second grader play Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And just as a little side note is Mortal Kombat 2, if there was online play on Mortal Kombat 2, I'd be number 1 in the world. No joke. I'm not joking at all.
You would wreck shop.
Yes, correct.
But I did the same thing, man, because when SNES came out, they were like, we got Street Fighter, son. What do you guys got? Sonic? And I was like, here, check this out. Mortal Kombat with the blood code. Boom. See me at my house later. If I'm gracious, I might let you in. For some tang.
Exactly.
You may not play the game. I might let you just sit and watch me play, but I might give you some tang.
Exactly. And then, I was such a fan. Like, I'm still such a fan that I would probably enjoy Mortal Kombat Annihilation 2 if they made it.
Probably, yeah.
Because, people love to rip on that movie.
Yeah.
At the time, it was a huge thing, like, to have, like, they had a lot of characters in that movie.
So, out of curiosity, since we're talking Mortal Kombat, I want your honest opinion of the new movie. Honest opinion.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
On one side, the gore was good. I'm a fan of gore.
Right.
I need gore. Most video games I play have to be like violent gore based because I'm not a violent person. So I like to get it out some way.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I thought the casting was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Scorpion Sub-Zero saved the movie.
There you go.
The other side is I don't know. It's kind of not like, I don't want to say disappointed, but like I was kind of like just sort of rolling with the birthmark symbol storyline. Like, I get it. I just wanted there to be like, kind of like the first movie. I just wanted there to be like a tournament. Like, I don't want it like story base. It sounds so bad for a movie.
Yeah. Prequel. We didn't want a prequel. to the tournament.
Yeah,
We won
yeah.
the tournament.
I don't want story based things. I just want like the good guys, bad guys tournament go.
Right.
Because that's that's what Mortal Kombat was.
And that's right. And the best part of the films for me, the film for me was the opening action sequence and the end action sequence with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That's really it, really.
Yeah.
But hopefully, fingers crossed, right? They'll improve.
It's promising.
The second one, hey, let's get it, right? Let's bring in Johnny Cage and.
Well, here's the thing: is
oh God, what did you hear?
I'm putting all my faith because Johnny Cage is my guy.
That's your guy. It's your guy. All right.
I'm putting all my faith into the casting because that's like a huge thing with me when it comes. Like I saw when the Street Fighter movie came out, the Jean-Claude Van Damme one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this kind of isn't like the game. Like Raul Julia in the movie. Like, he saved it, but like the rest.
No, I get it. But for me, it's so bad it's a good movie.
Yeah,
Street Fighter, I can laugh hysterically.
Him and Zangief.
I had Andrew Brunarski on the show a couple of weeks back.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. But hopefully, fingers crossed for the sequel of Mortal Kombat. Hopefully they kick it up a notch. Let's go.
I'm ready.
Let's get the family story out of the way.
Yeah.
We don't really care about the character of Cole. Let's focus on right. Let's focus on the new stuff. So, chat, who's everybody who's just showing up right now. My man Eric here is showcasing his artwork. Make sure you check out his newest video where he covers the Mortal Kombat theme, and it's fucking badass. But yeah, I wanted to show it again because some people are they're just now showing up and said their artwork where? But make sure you watch the video though because he shows photos of himself, little Eric, representing the Raiden outfit, which is great. That was so great. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, I get what you're talking about, the whole bandwagon jumping thing, man. I totally get that. The water cooler talk at work is about Spider-Man now.
It's a weird balance because for the longest time, you wanted to see these characters like on screen, because Iron Man came out in
2008.
Yeah, so I was a fan. One of my first Sega games was Captain America and the Avengers versus Red Skull, right?
The Avengers.
Yeah, so
that's a classic. I love that game.
It's really awesome when. Sorry, my bunnies are loud.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought somebody owed you money, and your henchman was beating the shit out of them in the background.
No, they like to. They have like little wood, to keep them busy. I give them like these wood toys.
Pay for Eric's artwork. You stole his artwork. No, it's fine, man.
So
it's all good. Bunnies. How many bunnies do you got?
4.
Oh, all right. So they're having blast. They got a Royal Rumble going on back there.
Yeah,
that's all good, man.
So, I wanted to see these characters on screen for the longest time, and then they're finally on screen, and all of a sudden everyone's coming out of the woodwork saying they're a fan. And it's like,
yeah. Nobody gave a shit about Iron Man. Nobody gave a shit about Iron Man until Iron Man came out.
Yeah.
Right. So we celebrate it when the movies are good. We destroy them when they're not good.
Of course,
because we don't want bad comic book movies, right? We want good movies. But speaking of comic book, that was another thing that I loved about your channel was not just your covers of movie properties, but again, having fun. You having fun makes the audience have fun on your channel, and you would dress up. Look at that! Oh, we got some Murdoch here. You would dress up as the characters, man. It was so much fun. I think my favorite is the Deadpool one. Cracks me up, man.
Thank you.
This was just great. This was hilarious. And Endgame one here, sporting it. That's right. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that jacket?
It's a good question, actually.
Tell me off air. Oh, okay.
I want to say most of the time I go to Etsy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really dope, and I know your Stan Lee tribute you did the Spider-Man one, right?
Yes, I've had that since. Oh my God, I've had that since. I want to say 2005.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, randomly had a Spider-Man outfit. So,
but it was dope. It was dope. Everyone's got a random one. Come on.
Just in case, you know. You never know.
Yeah, that was really cool, man. Your tribute videos were really good as well, man. Especially.
Thanks. I'm not a big fan of tribute videos, but sometimes,
yeah,
you know, because people think like you're piggybacking, like, you know, the topic.
Gotcha.
But you know, I met Stanley twice.
Oh, that's awesome! How awesome was that?
It was amazing. You know, he was very quick because there was a line of like 100,000 people. Oh, but God, what a sweetheart! Sure. Sweetest person.
How cool is that? But again, with your tributes, especially the one you did for Alexi, you know, rest in peace, you know, from Children of Bodom, that was really good too. Your solos you did.
Thank you.
Really good. So, man, how many years do you think it's been since you've been a professional guitarist?
Well, probably since, let's see. I probably went full time in 2010.
Okay.
And that was like the first sniff of money when YouTube kind of went that way. Is, you know, at first it was just, you know, you know, they didn't offer anything. It was just do it to do it.
You were just doing it for fun. And that was
I did it on a dare, actually.
Oh, okay.
I did. Yeah, right. I was a teacher, and I always, in any band I was in, I always I needed covers in the band because I was like a big believer in no one's here to listen to your original music because no one knows your original music yet, at least.
Yeah.
So, you know, I needed some Metallica. I needed, you know, something, AC/DC, something in there that people knew, Black Sabbath, you know, to catch their attention and then play some covers, you know.
That's how you do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So, I was in a band at the time that was not about covers because they're like, oh, everyone does covers.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, then let's arrange a cover of something that no one does, like the Pirates of the Caribbean song.
Okay.
Like, you know, there's no one covers that.
Right.
Wasn't into it at all. So I did my own. I like recorded my own on like this little 4-track that I had. And I would teach it to my students.
Nice.
Just because, you know, you hum that song all day long.
Oh, yeah. You get stuck in your head.
Right? So, you know, they were like, you know, you should put this on YouTube. And I was like, that sounds so, like, asshole-y. Like, hey, look what I can do on the internet. Woo-hoo, you know? Like, because at the time, like, YouTube was, like, new.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God, it's so pompous and, like, so, like, just... Yeah. It felt wrong. You know?
Well, that's how you felt at the time.
That's how I felt. Like, you know, I'm not like, you know, I hate one of my, like, you know, one of my negative energies is show offs. I tend to stay away from people who show off. I don't like it.
Right.
And that's how I felt about YouTube at the time. So, but they talked me into it. And then I just left it. And then
that was it.
Yeah, after that, like I'll be honest, I got addicted to the comments because I always like I don't know, I like someone going, yeah, you probably can't do this. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Really? All right.
Yeah. So
it's kind of a challenge too.
Yeah.
So you use that feedback, you know, to fuel your fire, to make you pump out more and get better and all that and show people.
Yeah, it kind of just shove it in their face, really, to be honest with you.
I like it.
Yeah. And, then I just got, you know, people started, they were very, very nice on the internet back then. There was like hardly a negative comment anywhere. Yeah. And
nice comments? What are that?
Yeah, I know. And I just started putting out stuff that they wanted. Like Street Fighter, like it literally went in order. Like I did Pirates and then Street Fighter and then Saw, and then it was just first comment I saw, someone who said, hey, can you do this? And then I do it. And I was in college at the time, so it was, you know, 3 weeks, every 3 weeks I'd come out with something, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, this is like what everyone like gets wrong is, you know, I was just like everyone else. Like, you know, I was getting 40 views.
Yeah.
You know, I think my biggest one was like 89 views, and I called my dad and I was like, "Dad, this almost has 100 views. Like,
Yep.
it's great." And
Yep.
you know, I have like, you know, 25 subscribers. Like, this is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
25 people want
50 subscribers now.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. That's how
And
it starts. Yeah.
then my brother, bless his heart, he said, "Hey, this new chick came out. Her name's Lady Gaga, and she like has some catchy shit. You should do one of her songs." So I listened to it. I was like, "This is catchy shit." So I did one, and I woke up. I posted it, and I woke up the next morning, and I had 100,000 views on it. And I was like, "What the?" You know, I was like, you know, the 25 business. I was like, "Oh, we're balling."
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
And yeah, so and then I did that for I think like a year, and then that's when YouTube said, "Hey, you know, we're starting a monetization program and this and that." So
yeah, and it helps your channel. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it helps you keep doing what you love doing.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that, my friend.
Exactly.
My first video was nonsense. I was just like you in a way, except mine was like, it was just like, I'm doing this as a joke. Like, it was a joke. Like, my first video is nonsense. If you guys want to watch it, it's hilarious. It's really bad. And then after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm talking about movies all the time on all these on Facebook and all these other places. Let me use YouTube to talk about movies. I love movies and I love metal music and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, let me just start. And then that was it. That's where I just kept going. So I've been doing it since there. But yeah, the first video was like nonsense, and I can't go back. At least you can go back to your early videos and appreciate the shred badass.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
No, because I can't go back and watch my early videos. I can't.
It's funny. There's probably a handful of like 10 out of 400 videos. I'd probably redo 390 of them if I could. but what are you gonna do?
Because my early videos are like, "Hi, I am that samurai guy. Do you like movies? I like movies. Let's talk about." I was like a robot. Let's talk about movies together. Yeah, it was terrible. I can't go back and watch it. But for comedic purposes, my fans will go back and watch it.
We'll take it.
But yeah, man, we enjoyed your ride. You know, and we can't wait to see what you got coming out in the future. I'm not ending it. I'm just saying, you know, we're having fun here.
Cool.
But you know, even more fans are coming across and watching your channel because you don't just represent, you know, the superhero genre, the comic book genre, but horror, my friend. The horror genre. Yes. Love it. Horror and fantasy genre got to represent. And I love all your covers here. Beetlejuice, Shining, Phantasm. And your Stranger Things ones was pretty good, pretty dope too. I enjoyed that one as well. And I don't know how I missed it when I put the intro together for you today. I don't know how I missed your Streets of Rage 2, because that's my shit right there.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite beat 'em up franchise. Is Streets of Rage.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I was like, what? How did I miss this? But yeah. How much of a gamer are you? Still a huge gamer right now?
So that's a great question. I think
so busy, huh?
Yeah, but I think games are too easy today.
Woo! Shots fired.
Yeah, like you know, to actually beat the Aladdin game back in the day.
Oh my God.
It was impossible. It was impossible.
Yeah.
You know? And I was a really big fan of point and clicks, like Monkey Island and Police Quest and Gabriel Knight, like all Sierra and Lucas Arts and just all, you know, the Dig and and I don't know. I kind of, what do I want to say? Like I do play. I feel everything is like more competitive based nowadays.
Gotcha.
Which, you know, I like.
Yeah.
you know, my reflexes aren't as good as a 16-year-old anymore. So
I'm right there with you.
I get a little frustrated.
My followers want me to start doing more Let's Plays. And I'm
Yeah.
like, sure, if you want to show up and for comedic purposes and watch me continuously die,
Yeah,
I'll sure come by all means, come watch Samurai play me.
You know, like
Yeah,
I play a lot of the first person shooters. I'm like, you know, this is bullshit. I played Quake way back when,
right?
And I was awesome at it. And you know, how come I can't? You know, I can't. You know, be a top 100 player at this. But I mean, most of the time I go on like GOG or Steam and just get the old games because you know, I'm a big nostalgia fan because I was a big fan of the era too. Thank God, when I grew up, I was a huge fan of the 80s and 90s. So
that's how it's the best.
It is. It was. There's like no doubt about it.
But I had John Hancock on the channel a while back, and we were talking video games, and I said I want to start to get back into playing again. And he said play what you love.
Yeah.
He says go back to those old games, play what you love to get you back in the groove of it again, and then go and play the newer stuff afterwards. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start Let's Playing some OG, old school there. You got some subscribers already, man. Look at this. Yeah, Movie Dojo Army showing up.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Representing, subscribing. All right, we got another one here. Boom. That's right. Movie Dojo Army represents. There you go. Let's see here.
Cool.
You got Entertainment Talk Nation. Rob over here. Wow, look at this. He showed up. He says, I love this dude. He did the epic Godzilla theme rock version. Much love.
That's a long time ago. Awesome.
Yeah.
See, YouTube's in a very odd spot right now. Because back when there was a period where your subscribers kind of reflected your numbers. And that probably had to do like before Google bought them.
Right.
Like there was a time where I could do. There's literally a video where I do nothing. It's the April Fool's video. I did a John Cage video. I just sit there for 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And I think that has, I don't know, maybe like 50 or 60,000 views.
Yeah. Oh,
like there's literally a time where you could do nothing and your subscribers would watch it.
Right.
But when they came out with this bell system and this trend,
the algorithm and all that.
It's really rough, not just for me, but for like a lot of people that were in my time period. A lot of them they said, fuck this. And they don't even do YouTube anymore because they got so frustrated with it.
Yeah.
But I just, I'm not a quitter. So I feel it's gonna come. I'm not a person to be like, hey, Post Malone's big right now. We should probably do a Post Malone song. Just not. It's not in me to be like, hey, I have to do this to fit in with what's going on right now. I just can't. I can't. Do that like as a person.
Yeah.
And plus,
like our channel, right? We review martial arts, horror films, action movies. I can't bring myself to review Tom and Jerry.
Right. Yeah, and it's like this. I'm not shitting on anything, but like pop. There's a time where I did a lot of pop music,
right?
Because pop music I thought was. It was really good at the time. Like, like Katy Perry and Lady Gaga and all that stuff.
Right.
When they were getting really big, that shit was catchy. They had choruses.
You could
nothing has a chorus anymore.
And you could feed off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had like good potential to be like, hey, a metal cover could work this way.
Right.
Like a lot of stuff right now is like, someone's like, hey, can you do, like this Cardi B song? And it's like, I listen to it as like, I probably can't. I probably should, but
you could.
I don't hear it, working.
Yeah. No, it's you're not a sellout.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean?
you take the hit.
Yeah. And then, I'm not saying reaction channels are sellouts, but we do trailer reactions for certain movies that we're interested in,
They
or if
work
someone
out.
were, you know what I mean? Like that's it. But if we wanted to be a reaction channel and get a lot more views and subs, we would react to everything.
Right.
Let's react to every single Erock video.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like that's not really what we do here. We love talking about movies. I've been interviewing a lot of cool guests recently, and it's just we're having fun here. We want to have fun. You want to be successful, of course, but at the same time, you don't want to sell out. You know what I mean? Like you want to enjoy the art and enjoy the content that you make and you bring to people. And you have a lot of followers, which is cool, man. They still like what you're doing. You know what I mean? You didn't have to sell out and do that Cardi B.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good. And, I appreciate my followers as well. But yeah, let's get back to you talking, man. So I did, so video games, we're already blood brothers already. Okay.
Cool.
But now I'm going to adopt you.
All right.
I'm older than you. So now I'm going to adopt you as my blood brother here. I've been hearing a rumor. I've been hearing a rumor going around town that Eric is down with some Jack Burton, and this is your favorite movie. Is that what's happening here?
That's very accurate. Yes.
That's it. We're related. That's it. I've adopted you already. You're related. But yeah,
it's funny. Okay, so my my brother is named after Kurt Russell.
Oh, okay.
I was named after Eric Estrada.
All right.
And because Chips was huge in the 80s, and that's I was born in 85, so that's I came out. My parents didn't have a name. My dad goes, "Hey, you like Chips, right?" My mom's like, "Yeah." Like, why not Eric? So they picked Eric, and then so they had a plan when my brother came. My mom's favorite actor is Kurt Russell. So I named him Kurt.
He's amazing. Yeah.
I grew up a lot of Kurt Russell movies.
Yeah.
And, my parents would watch them. I'd peek in and this and that. And then when I was like around the 6-7-year-old phase, I watched Flash Gordon for the first time and fell in love with it. I watched it like 150 times in a row. And
classic.
then, and then, in the section, we had a Blockbuster. It wasn't called that. It was called Video Library. They had the employee picks. So one guy I always went to because he did like Flash Gordon, Masters of the Universe, and he put Big Trouble in Little China there one time. Yeah. So we rented it, and I was like, I'm gonna say it now, like as an 8-year-old, like this is my favorite movie of all time, and it still is. I watch it like 10, 12 times a year.
I don't know how many times I've rebought it.
I know.
VHS, DVD, special edition DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, all this stuff. Like I've just been going crazy with it. Actually, I don't know if it's released in 4K yet. I don't know about that. I don't want to get anybody excited. Oh my God, Big Trouble's on 4K. Samurai, you lied. But yeah, it's just the movie is so amazing. It's my favorite John Carpenter flick, and I love all his horror flicks too.
Same.
Prince of Darkness, underrated.
It is
underrated movie, man.
It is. I actually thought it was Alice Cooper in the movie when I first got it because on the cover, you flip it over. I was like, oh, Alice Cooper's in this.
Alice Cooper. I have to buy it right now. Have you met him?
Who's that?
Alice Cooper.
I've not met Alice Cooper. No.
Oh, okay. Maybe in the future.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's like it's got Big Trouble in Little China. It's its own entity of badassity because there's like 5 or 6 genres in one movie. Fantasy, martial arts, horror, comedy.
Yep.
It was so wild. It was wild even for the 80s.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what the hell to do with it. Like if you go back and watch the trailer, it's like it's advertised like a serious movie.
Right.
And they advertise it as Jack Burton's like this Jack Burton is going to save the day. But the whole joke is Wang's the hero.
Yeah.
Really. That's the whole joke of the movie. But we still love the Jack Burton character though because he's a knucklehead. It's all in the reflexes. So.
Yes.
I really hope they don't remake the movie that they
I
keep talking about for
actually,
years.
someone commented that, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I have to start laughing at that point because it's just like, good luck with that. Good luck with that. But
Yep.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. We are related now. We are blood
All
brothers
right.
now.
I'm down.
And then what? ECW?
Oh
What?
my God. Yeah.
What?
Hmm.
Dude, this cover was badass,
Thank
man.
you.
Um, so I'm assuming you're a wrestling fan.
Well,
Old school, maybe. Maybe not now.
yeah, yeah. Like, I grew up in New York, and then we moved to Connecticut, and my dad would pass the headquarters, WWF headquarters in Greenwich, every time he went to work because he worked in the city.
Yeah.
Um, so he always used to get, like, souvenir. Hulk Hogan was huge at the time, so a lot of merch, and my dad would just get it. So I used to watch, all the old stuff, and then, like, the '90s came. I was like, I loved it.
Attitude Era.
But,
Yeah.
however, when ECW dropped on TNN, when they finally got their TV deal,
Yeah.
instead of going out Friday nights, I'd watch ECW
That's it.
because,
Wow.
like I said, I need violence.
Yeah.
And yeah, oh my God, like ECW kind of changed it for me because, I was a huge Attitude Era fan too.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because I love Jerry Springer, and it was basically Jerry
Yeah.
Springer.
Yeah. But there
Uh,
wouldn't have been an Attitude Era though if it wasn't for ECW.
that's so true.
Did you see the early clips of when WWF still had the red, white, and blue ropes,
Hmm.
and you would hear that's how old school this is. You would hear ECW chants
Yeah.
slowly
Yep.
starting.
Yep.
So yeah, the ECW shook stuff up, man. When
They
people watch
did.
it, they're like, "Oh, it's some low budget garbage matches." It's like, no, 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 no. They had technical matches too. Some of the best of the best of the best came out of there, man. Eddie
Yep.
Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho.
Yep.
Speaking of Chris Jericho, holy shit, I wasn't meeting this guy.
Amazing is, um, at the time, like, I was a huge, well, still am, but like, when he first came to I still call it the WWF. When he
Right?
came to the WWF,
Put the
it,
F back in.
yeah, is when he made his debut, I like lost it because I was a huge Jerichoholic,
Yeah.
and
The Ayatollah of rock and roller.
I know,
Yeah, yeah.
and um, you know, kind of the same thing is I knew he's a music fan. He loves his music, and when Fozzy first came out, they did what I wanted to do. Is they had an album. It was half originals, half covers, and uh, at first I was like, I didn't know Chris Jericho could sing, so that was even better
Right.
because I'm like, God,
Right.
this guy is like incredible. And then he hit the high note in Live Wire, and I was like, okay. And then now he's hitting that legend status.
Yeah, he's legit. Yeah.
And so that was at the NAMM show in 2013, I want to say. And Fozzy wasn't as big as they are today because.
Right.
Like there wasn't. I don't think they had like that hit album yet. So he was at the Laney booth, and I was there with my wife, and I was like, it was like, I was like, oh my God,
You're fanboying out.
Chris Jericho's over there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just like went up to him, and I was like, I'm a huge Jerichoholic and an even bigger Fozzy fan. And he he was amazing. He was one of those people that like didn't just blow you off.
Oh, cool.
Like, oh yeah,
That's cool.
like instead of like, oh yeah, let's get a picture, thanks.
Hurry up.
We talked for like 5-10 minutes, and
Nice.
really cool, really cool.
That's
So
awesome. That's
it
really
was
cool.
really cool. because I still, you know, that's the thing is like, you know, I'm a fan first and foremost.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was awesome.
How cool is that to see him, man? That's awesome. And he was nice.
He was nice.
He wasn't a dick.
Nope.
It's like my experience with Bruce Campbell kind of sucked. It wasn't Bruce Campbell's fault. I was in line to get his autograph.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, all right, hurry up, like the people around him.
Yeah.
Like he was signing, and then like it looked like he wanted to, like we were gonna say, "Hey, how's it going?" or something like that, and then everyone on the, you know, his whole crew on the back were like, "All right, go," because it was like Stan Lee. It was like a huge line. Yeah. I was like, God damn it, man! Yeah. Like it's cool, I got the autograph, but fuck, like, you know, but it's all good. That's all. Yep. But that's awesome. You get a chance to talk to him and then hang out at least for a little bit. That's really cool, man.
It's funny too, because like I'm waiting. It's like most of the people, like I'm like a huge fan. Like if I'm a fan of someone,
yeah,
like if they're cool or they're a dick, I'm like whatever. But like there's like levels of fandom,
right?
You know, so it's like yeah, I'm a huge, you know, I'm a fan of Ridley Scott. Mm-hmm. If I meet Ridley Scott and he's a dick, it's not really gonna like affect me,
right?
But I'm still waiting for like that one that I'm like a serious diehard fan of to be a dick. Like I'm like waiting for it, and no one has. It's so like I met Tarantino in a restaurant.
Oh shit!
And he was asking me questions. Like it was incredible. Like it was when I first moved to California.
Yeah.
And my friend took me, he goes, "Oh, we have to go to this place in Hollywood. It's called Rock and Thai. It's just like a Thai food restaurant, just like rock and roll themed." So I was like, "Oh, nice. let's go."
Yeah.
So we went, and he knows, like, it's funny too, because like people think like, you know, I prefer music like over anything. Mm-hmm. Is like, everything's like equal. Like I'm like the biggest movie fan, like, you'll probably like. I wish I was a critic. Like
you, a big movie fan?
Yes.
What?
And,
it's news to me.
And you know, all my friends, they always try and like find like these really crazy, like off the wall, like C movies that like, you know, they're like, "Oh, impossible. He's seen this," and I've seen it. You're not going to stop me,
right.
You know? And so my friend knew what was going on, so he like prepped me. He's like, "Okay, Eric, gotta get serious for a second here. It's like, I just want to tell you that Tarantino's in the restaurant. He's sitting a couple booths down. Don't flip out." Like, and I was like, "Oh my God." And he's like, "You know, I've been living here for a long time. You know, this is a normal thing.
Right.
Just don't make a big deal. You know." And I was
flip
like,
out.
Yeah, that's me. So I was like, well, I have to like just like at least thank him, like, you know, for his films, because you know, I love Tarantino. And he was like, "I don't know, you know, just leave it be." So I was just like, "Oh man, I can't. I can't just not say something." So he was like, "Okay, idea." He was like, this is one of those restaurants where you take your bill and you pay it at the counter, right?
Right.
He's like, when you see Tarantino get up to pay his bill, go pay your bill. So you Seinfeld it. You meet him at the counter. You know?
Yeah.
So I did exactly that. I met him at the counter. I was like, "Can I say something?"
Did you walk up next to him and go, "Oh, oh, and Quentin, I didn't know Quentin Tarantino was here."
I said, "I'm so sorry to disrupt you." I was like, "I just have to say I'm a huge fan of your movies, and I just couldn't go without saying something that I'm a huge fan, and thank you for, you know, what you do." And he just like looked at me and he was like, "What's your favorite one?" You know, all Tarantino. And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "There's so many I could dissect right now." Like,
yeah.
But it was funny because I kind of panicked in the moment, and I told him True Romance was my favorite one. And then I was like, "I know you didn't direct it, but I know you wrote it."
Right.
I was like, "Story-wise, that's my favorite one." And he was like, "You know, oh, that's cool, man. You know, I hope you have a great night." And so it was really cool. Really cool.
That's awesome. He, you know, I'm sure he loved that. He wrote that True Romance.
He did.
And it feels like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
It does. It does.
It feels like it. But how cool is that, man? That's awesome, man. Maybe because you're not having a bad experience because you're expecting it to be bad.
Maybe.
That could be it. That's awesome, though, man. But back to the music scene here. You've done a lot of cool collabs
I
videos
have.
as well, man.
There's good people out there.
Man, all these collab videos that you did, all these guys are like really talented, man.
They are.
I love this one. Push it to the limit. You got to represent some Scarface on it.
Have to.
That was a great cover. And Cobra Kai, son, you all caught up with Cobra Kai?
Of course. I could. Here's the thing: is again, so this is like one of my pet peeves is all of a sudden everyone's Karate Kid fan. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Karate Kid is one of my favorite movies of all time. I could literally, like, if you had an hour and 40 minutes to spare, I could quote the movie. You could pick the character if you want, or I could do all of them straight through the entire movie, like line for line, straight through. I've seen it like so many times, and my thing was was going into it, and I was like, oh God, I was like, I don't know if I can handle it without Mr. Miyagi. I don't know.
I was the same way. I was like doubting. I was actually late to the game.
Okay.
Because I was like, what is this? That's when I remember it was just a web series on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yep.
People are like, no, man, it's good. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll watch it later. I'll take your word for it. It's good. I'll watch it later, right? And then finally when it came to Netflix, I was like, wow, I was impressed. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it will so far it's lived up. Like my thing is I love the third one. So I was like, two things will cement me into this being one of the best series of all time.
Okay.
Is if Terry Silver shows up and if Mike Barnes shows up.
Yeah, this is the guy. He's the best part of this film.
Yep, we got one half so far. So.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so happy. Terry is going to be. He's the best part of this movie. By
far.
He steals every scene that he's in.
I know.
He is great. I actually met the Mike Barnes character.
Yeah,
I met him. I got my picture with him at a convention.
Oh, cool.
Really nice guy.
Yeah, it was funny too because
they should throw him in there. Fuck it, throw him in there.
They have to. And I guess I didn't know this, like, at the time is, like most grandmas, my great grandma used to watch soap operas. So she would come over like once a week from her like retirement place to hang out with like, the family and stuff.
Yeah.
And I forget how old I was, probably like the 8 or 9 range. And I put like, the third Karate Kid on.
Yeah.
And she was, we're an Italian family and she was extremely Italian, like kind of like half lingo. So like half English, half Italian.
Yeah.
But when she saw Mike Barnes, she said, I know that guy. And I was like, what? And he was a soap opera. He was on like General Hospital, I think.
Oh, wow.
He was on or something like that. So it was kind of fun. Yeah, it was kind of funny that like my grandma or great grandma knew who he was from Karate Kid because he was on a soap opera. It was kind of fun.
They should throw him in there. Why not?
They have to.
Come on. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. But that's cool. That's cool you're a fan. But yeah, I loved your cover of You're the Best Around. But I loved also, back to the music, your cover of Rats was really
Thank you.
Too.
I'm
that was
Ghost. Ghost is one of the very few bands that I've become kind of like a
ghostite? A
ghoul.
A ghoul, okay.
Yeah, it's been a while where I've gotten really heavy, like into a band. I think the last band I did that with was Lordy back in like the early 2000s because I think one of my favorite types of metal /rock is shock rock. Like I like the show along with I like characters, kind of like the
showmanship.
movies.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
showmanship.
but I like,
Entertainment,
I like the characters,
Mhm.
character based rather than
Right.
like, the person. It's like, oh, put on the performance.
Right.
And I'm a big King Diamond fan too. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you take like, a Gothic musical and King Diamond and put them together, you get Ghosts.
Yeah.
So for someone like me, that's right up my alley.
I went to that's really awesome. You like them. I went to a Mastodon show. I got my buddy into Mastodon and Opeth, and we went to a show, and Ghost weren't popular yet. They weren't known yet. They just had that first EP out, and they opened for them. My
Cool.
buddy knew about them. He was like, "Oh, Ghost! Wait till you see Ghost, bro." I was like, "Ghost? Who the hell is?" I never heard of them. All right,
Yeah.
all right. They came out, dude, and just like you said, the showmanship. I was like, "What is happening?" When they came out, dude, they came out in the robes. They had the light thing swinging. They had the chants.
Yeah.
I was like, "Do I gotta get ready to start fighting, or like what's going on there?" And then when they started rocking out and playing, dude, I was like, "Yo, yeah, they're really good." I watched the lead singer is hilarious. I watched some highlights, and he was all like, "I don't know which Papa are we on now." Are we on the fourth?
Technically fourth, yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, he was cracking me up, man, because he was like, it was like live footage, and they were taking a break between songs, and he was talking to a couple or whatever is in the front, and they had their kid, and he's all like, "Oh, look at the little kid. Oh, he looks so cute there. Oh, look at him all snug and wearing Ghost merchandise shirt. Look at that, so cute." Anyway, back to Satan.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is hilarious. Their last album was really good too. Like
It was very good.
Really enjoyed it, man. But back to metal. If you were going to make, you got the big four. If you were going to do the big six,
oh boy,
the big six, Eric has the powers to make a big
boy.
six.
Okay.
Who would be in the six?
Who would be in the six? God.
I know two you could throw in there.
I'd go. Let's see. I would go.
Limp Bizkit.
I'd go Ozzy Solo. Ozzy Solo. King Diamond.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We'll
Very difficult.
We can come back to that question later. That's fine.
Yes, please.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's very hard.
I go on other people's podcasts and they'll ask me, "Hey, what is your top 5 movies or whatever?" I'm just like,
someone asked me that on Twitter. I said, I'll have to give you a top 10 in every genre.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Okay, how about I'll do an easier question. Some of your favorite thrash metal bands.
Exodus, Destruction, Creator. I like it. It's weird because, like, whenever someone says thrash, everyone thinks Slayer. I love Slayer more than the next guy.
Yeah.
But I need, like, I don't know. I always thought of Exodus as the thrash band. So, like, I base everything off of Exodus. So, like, Exodus, Violence, Razor, Tankard, Creator. I want like the almost like the part. I want to say party violence. Metal.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the thrash. I think.
Nice. Do you like Testament?
I love Testament.
Dude,
I think
still good.
I kind of
what is happening?
I kind of mash Testament in between thrash and power metal in a way, and death metal. They're like kind of like a soup.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, definitely.
But I love Testament. Yeah,
they're good now. Like
they are
still.
And
I've seen them a couple times live, and Alex Skolnick, man. Shred.
I have that was like my claim to fame back in the day. I used to play this bar in Tampa, very famous bar, and I was part of the. I was like kind of like the in band because I have like 10,000 covers in my head that you could just be like, hey, play the Diary of a Madman album in full. Be like, okay, no problem. You got an hour and 20 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
So me and there's a drummer and a bass player that we took covers all night long while people drank and whatever, just for entertainment purposes. So there's one night where the owner calls me and she says, hey, the Alex Skolnick Trio, he had a jazz band. He said,
okay.
She said the Alex Skolnick Trio is playing tonight and the opening band didn't make it because it's storming in Atlanta and they can't get out. So would you come and open for Alex Skolnick? So I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, I brushed up on my testament and I was like, I have to impress Alex Skolnick somehow. Yeah. And we just did a whole cover set of nothing but Testament songs. And he came up to me at the end and he was like, dude, you're like a shredder. And that was like my claim to fame, like
Jesus
at the
Christ,
time was like
dude.
Alex Skolnick called me a shredder.
Oh
like,
my God.
The Alex Skolnick.
If I was in your place, I would have just passed out right there.
Yeah.
I would have just fell out.
And now it's cool because I'm endorsed by ESP, so I do like a lot of ESP like clinics and meetings and stuff.
I was going to ask you about that.
And
like this performance right here, where location is this? What's happening?
That's EMG pickups in Santa Rosa, and they had like a artist series back in the day called EMG TV, where they just showcased their the sound of their pickups, and you just went on there and.
How cool is that, man? That's pretty
really cool. It was cool. It was very cool. And
all right, back to what you were saying.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
So. I get to go to all this ESP stuff, and Alex Skolnick has a signature series with ESP. So whenever we were at like a big thing, I'd run into him, and he would always come up to me and be like, "Dude, you remember that time like the house band saved my ass on that one show in Tampa?" And this guy's played hundreds of thousands of shows, and he remembers me saving, his jazz band, saving an opening act with his jazz band. Like it's really awesome.
And then you passed out.
And then I passed out.
Well, he wasn't the only one that recognized your shred cred, my friend. How cool was this?
That was out of control.
The Dimebag Darrell Shred Award? What? At the Golden Gods? What? What? Did you pass out?
Stupidity. Okay. So, if number one, if you're a metal fan, you've probably read Metal Hammer at one time or another.
Yeah.
And that year they emailed me. The editor emailed me, who is a sweetheart. His name's Alex. I don't think he's the editor anymore, but he started the magazine and continued it until a couple of years ago. He emailed me and said, "Hey, we're going to nominate you for the Shredder Award." And I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. I was like, "Can I see the list of like what I'm up against?" And it was like I'm on a Marth. And like,
holy shit, dude!
I was like, "This is not good. Like, just probably should leave me out of it."
Oh my God!
And he was like, "Fuck that." He's like, "We're doing this." So I was like, "Okay."
Holy shit!
So then, I went on. Some of my YouTube videos, and I was like, "Hey, Metal Hammer has nominated me, and if you'd like to vote, they're doing the whole voting thing, whatever."
Yeah. Hey, it's an honor to just be on the list, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I was just like, you can vote if you want. Like, I'm very like horrible salesperson, so I'm not going to try and sell anything. So I throw something out there. If you want to do it, go ahead. If not, like, it doesn't bug me. Like, just do what you want.
Right.
So I put the link out there. If you want to vote, go ahead. If you don't feel like clicking an outside link and signing up and all that bullshit, don't. So 2 months go by and they email me and they're like, dude, you fucking won. And I was like,
holy shit, man.
Can you recount, just.
Yeah.
So they were like, do you want to come to London and accept it? And I was like, okay. So they fly me out to London. And like I told you before, I'm a fan first and foremost.
Yeah.
And they put me in the artist area. Not good. So,
so when you got there, you were looking like this?
More like, I was more like Daniel. So I get there and I'm just in the hotel and I'm just like, I don't know who's going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I get there, the first person I meet is Corey Taylor, and nice. I was like, what do I say to Corey Taylor? He's wearing a Star Wars shirt. So I start talking Star Wars.
Yeah,
and he goes nuts. So that was cool. So I was like, all right, one down, did one.
Yeah.
And then some more people started showing up later, and Tony Iommi's there, and I was just like, what do you say to Tony Iommi? Like,
yeah.
How many times has he heard?
Are you allowed to look at him?
Yeah. And, all these other, Jeff Waters is there from Annihilator, who I'm a big fan of, and Jim Root and Brian Blessed. He got the Icon Award that year, Flash nice. Gordon. So I was like, obviously that.
Yeah.
And Duff from Guns N' Roses, just like, I'm normally in the crowd. I'm a crowd person. I'm very comfortable with the people. Yeah. I don't like this whole artist business.
Attention seeker guy. Yeah. You're just
so they, and then Devin Townsend was the host that year.
Nice. And that guy is phenomenal.
Amazing.
I need to get more of his stuff, but yeah, go
you
ahead.
should. Yeah. And I'm not, I tend to babble about bullshit and this and that. And so I got on stage, I went out there and, the crowd and everyone was just very sweet. And I think I was the only YouTuber ever to be nominated and win.
I'm sure.
Because I think they stopped that after.
After that, because somebody got a little butt hurt. You think somebody got butt hurt?
No, I think it'd be, at the time there wasn't a whole lot of metal cover artists on YouTube.
I got you.
And now I think everyone's fighting for the cover guitar world and all this bullshit.
Right.
People don't want to cause like a.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
the whole online thing, like kind of like all this bullshit that's happening, like with gamers, like when someone gets endorsed by like Cheetos.
Right.
Another gamer will go online with a rant like, "Oh, I can't believe this guy got endorsed by Cheetos," and
it's dumb.
So I think they skipped the whole online thing.
Yeah.
Now, but I'll take it.
Yeah, but congratulations again, man.
Thank you.
A spot like that.
It was out of control.
That is awesome, man. That is really, really awesome. But yeah, back to ECW really quick. I spoke to Tommy Dreamer, man, and I wanted to have him as a podcast guest, and he was down to do it, but Spotify's got him.
Interesting.
So he can't be on other people's podcasts because he's got his own deal. So just going back to this, what you were just talking about, the whole he's got Cheetos, you're not allowed. So maybe we'll get Tommy Dreamer on here in the future.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, man, I decided to save this towards the end of our interview. I just wanted to highlight that, and congratulations on your success. And more future success on your YouTube channel. I'm sure the Movie Dojo armies, they've already been subscribing since they've been watching us. And they will follow you because they love to follow things that are badass. Okay?
All right.
Representing.
Okay.
You know
I'll
what I'm
take
saying?
it.
Martial arts movies, horror flicks, action, violence, video games, comic books, everything badass, metal music. That's what this channel's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Yeah, try looking for that Tom and Jerry review. You're not going to find it.
Yeah.
But in terms of like teaching, I saw this for last year.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be doing something like this year?
It's a good question.
It's kind of iffy right now because of the whole what's going on in the world.
Yeah, see, I like the if I could reply to a comment real quick, I have to hit. I was a 19-year cigarette smoker, and I quit because I started feeling it. So I gotta hit that vape. I have to.
That sexy sumo. He's vaping too.
I have to.
Yeah.
It's probably not all that much better, but it's a start.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, my friend. But yeah, in terms of this,
I like. Here's my thing: is I like that was great.
Maybe it's a one-time thing.
Maybe, just because I'm more of a one-on-one person. Like
Gotcha.
that's how I always taught. Was I like to zero in on a person because everyone has different skill sets and everyone's at a different level.
Makes sense.
So it's like, I like to be personal about it rather than talk to like a class and be like, okay, I'll be talking like one person for an hour and then it's like, okay, it's over. And then like 9 other people be like, kind of, I don't know that.
Yeah.
But no, that was more of, I like clinics. Like, I do at the NAMM shows before the virus. I would play at the ESP booth for an hour. And in between, someone would ask me like, oh, hey, how do you record your songs? That's an easy one, instead of, I like clinics rather than classes, unless it's like single based. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as you're teaching and still enjoying doing what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Any hint on what might come out? Or is it on the hush?
No, I don't really hush anything.
What's the next video?
The next video. That's a good question. The next video. I'm not sure on that. I do have a couple albums coming out because Spotify and Apple Music and stuff, they do well with EP releases.
Right.
So I'm gonna do we're gonna do a me and Rob, the guy on who You're the Best and Scarface and all that. He's one of my favorites and fantastic friend. We're gonna do a Aussie based one, but it's gonna be era based. So we're gonna first do Ozzy Rhodes and then Ozzy Lee and then Ozzy Wild.
Hell yeah.
Sort of album. But
all right. I'm excited.
My biggest dream that I've been working on for like 10 years now.
Okay.
Hopefully comes get some progress. I always wanted to write a musical. So
all right. Okay.
I'm hoping to get that finished. So it's a Frankenstein-based musical, as crazy as that sounds. It's called
Frankenstein-based musical with metal. I'm there.
Yes, it's called A Monsters Musical, and
I'm sold. We're gonna get the tickets.
So we'll see what happens.
All right, that's awesome. That is awesome. That sounds like some exciting projects. I'm sure obviously me, but the Movie Dojo Army is going to wait in anticipation for those. But are you still going to be dressing up for future videos?
We'll see. I'm working on my splits because I have Fight to Survive from Bloodsport in the works
my
right
God.
now. So
Oh my God.
trying
oh my God. I'm so happy you said that.
I'm trying to get that one going.
That's fucking amazing. Dude, that song is just, it's great.
It is.
It's just Kumite. Come on, man. That song is like you just it makes you want to work out.
It does. It does.
It makes you want to work. Maybe I should listen to it 24/7. But it makes you want to work out. Makes you want to do martial arts. It gets you pumped. That song is great. That or Karate Kid's theme. Your best around. What is it? Which one do you think? Which one do you like better? Because they're both up there.
You know, if I had to choose, I'd probably pick Fight to Survive because it's during the time it's a little heavier.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it has. I like the the kind of like the Kumite part you did. It's almost like the groove. It's the groove about it.
That whole soundtrack, that whole score is like legit, like good.
Yeah.
People always talk about the fighting and Bolo and Van Damme and the one-liners and how great the movie is. It's like, yo, the soundtrack too now. Come on now. The soundtrack makes the movie too.
It does.
So since we're talking movies for a little bit longer here, what's some of your favorite movies?
Some of my favorite movies.
Yeah. I won't make you do a list. I'll make it easy for you.
Let's see.
Throw it out there random.
Let's see. Well, I'm a big Kubrick fan. Probably my two favorites from him are obviously The Shining. I love Eyes Wide Shut because I love the whole cult business.
I couldn't stop watching that movie. I was like, what is happening? But I was like, what is going to happen? So you kept watching.
I love There Will Be Blood.
Oh my God. That's so good.
Oh, it's hit the act. I just posted on Twitter.
Drink it up.
The acting in that movie is like
it's insane.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Big Nolan fan, so I consider the Dark Knight series like kind of. I consider those movies like just one big movie, like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. It's just one big movie to me.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm a huge Batman fan, so
yeah. Here you go. Boom.
Yep.
Look at that. That's some badass artwork right there.
Thank you.
You gonna get anything else? Anything new? Or you're like good for right now?
It's a good question because they're addicting, obviously.
I need to get something. It's been a while since I got something. But
yeah, I guess the question is, do I suit up? Like just full Batman, like my whole body, or because that's like the thing is like I got to keep the theme somehow. So that Pulp Fiction, Flash Gordon, The Goonies.
How about horror flicks?
Ooh. Let's see. First Halloween.
Did you see the trailer of the new one?
I did. Looks great. Yeah.
Dude, I was not expecting that at all.
I know.
I was like, this motherfucker coming out of the building that's on fire behind him.
Yeah.
He's just fucking up firemen like a saw blade to the head.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh, what the town is gathering up a posse to go after Myers? And we got a posse versus Myers?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
That Sleepaway Camp. I love the old like 80s campy ones.
Because it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Return of the Living Dead?
Good one.
That's another one. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that one. There's too many.
There's way too many. Way too many.
Way too many. Well, I don't want to keep you too long.
Nah,
I could talk to you all day. I could talk to you all day. You sure?
Yeah.
Right. You said Reanimator.
Yeah.
That's another good one. Herbert West.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
The Fly. I love the Jeff Goldblum. The Fly.
Oh my God. Cronenberg, man. I've never seen The Fly 2.
It's pretty good actually.
I heard the practical effects are legit.
They are.
So I have the box set. I just haven't dove into it yet.
Yeah.
All the movies in it. What about The Thing?
Oh, I love the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Let's see about the new one coming out.
We'll
Let's
see.
see. Let's see. Because it's hard to duplicate. They tried with the last one, but it's hard to duplicate the Carpenter one. But at least this new thing coming out is based off the book.
Right.
So that's good. I'm like, all right, they're doing their own thing. They're basing it off the book. Okay, fine. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's cool.
Hopefully it's cool.
The Thing would be a cool TV show, I think.
Yeah.
That would be dope. That'd be dope. Dusk Till Dawn? From Dusk Till Dawn?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it me, or do you feel like they just don't make movies like that anymore?
They don't. No, it's
Just
not just
badass adrenaline rush, balls to the walls. You know, it's like not a. It's like it's almost like we're not afraid to offend anyone. We're just making a kick-ass fun movie.
Yeah.
You know, so. But yeah, there's just too many. There's too many good movies out there, man. Have you seen Dog Soldiers?
Of course.
Oh, that's my movie right there. Love that movie, man. Let's see, what's some other ones? What about martial arts? Any martial arts or action films?
Ooh. Let's see. I was a big John Woo fan. So
oh shit. All right. Hard
especially the Nicolas Cage ones. So
yeah,
I loved Face Off. I love Broken Arrow with Travolta and Christian Slater. What other action ones? Obviously, Predator, Commando.
Oh, yeah. Predator poster right there, baby.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
The whole Aliens and Predator shelf all back up there.
Yep. Yeah. Alien, obviously.
Yeah, Aliens, RoboCop. There's just too many.
It's funny.
There's too many.
RoboCop was my first R movie I ever saw.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And at the time I was young too. I was like 6.
Oh, and, no, I'm really jealous.
And because what happened is my great grandma bought it for me at a supermarket, and she gave it to me. And my mom thought, at the time there was a RoboCop cartoon out.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
So
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So my mom was like, "Okay, this should be fine. It has a cartoon.
There's toys. There's toys for it. Come on."
And my mom was horrified. She was like, but she didn't want to break my heart and stop.
Right.
Because I was into it. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And she didn't want to stop it. So she just kind of let me watch it, bless her. And that kind of got me on my, that was my first, I need to see more R shit.
That's a badass grandma right there, man. Samurai was not so fortunate though. I grew up in a household where it was like, no, you can't watch this. So obviously when I got older, man, I went insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still nuts. It's fun. But yeah, just going around collecting, going crazy. Movies are great, man. Movies and metal music. And are you, since you're a superhero movie fan, are you excited for anything coming out from the MCU right now? Is anything coming out in the MCU in the future that you're just like, oh my God? Or you're just like, let's just see if it's good?
It's a good question.
Because a lot of people are done. As soon as Endgame, for them, they're like, it's this perfect. They're never going to duplicate that success. Like, it's just, I'm done.
That's probably true. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I'm kind of pumped for the next one. Out of all of them, I'd probably say I'm probably looking forward to Moon Knight the most, because I was a fan of Moon Knight before anyone said anything about this. Right. So we'll see. I kind of tend more towards I like everything from both, but if someone was who you like, I'm probably more of a DCer.
Right. Right.
So
that's the Superman tattoo right here.
There you go. I'm looking forward to the Flash movie because Michael Keaton coming back. So that's that 89 Batman was the thing that got me started on the whole superhero business.
Michael Keaton statue right there.
Yeah. So that, that they had like someone on Twitter was like posting like, what's your biggest flex when it comes to seeing movies in the theater?
Yeah.
And I was like, the first movie I ever saw in the theater was Batman, like Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh my God.
So that was like,
Dude,
an experience in itself. It started everything. Like, I love going to movie, that's the thing is, I just love going to the theater itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went and saw the new Saw in theater. Like
Spiral?
Yeah.
How was that? I haven't seen it yet. How was it?
It was very good, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. And I have a Saw tattoo. So.
Shit.
I'm a big fan of the series. So
they gonna? Is it without spoiling it for me because I haven't seen it? But is there a shot that they're going to do more, or was this a one and done?
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
They'll do more. The only downfall in it, which this is all over the internet, so it's not like a spoiler. Yeah. Jigsaw's not in it. Like, it's not like John Kramer based, obviously.
It's in the world. It's in the universe. Okay,
yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. As long as it's good.
Yeah, right. It was surprising. Not surprisingly good.
Were the kills good though?
They were very good.
Oh shit! Yeah, coming from you, all right.
Yep, very good.
I trust you, my friend.
Very good. And because my thing going in was, I when they first announced it, I was like, they better get a Saw director for this, and they did. Right. So I was like, all right, that kind of like took the pressure off. Like, is this going to be good or not? Because they only, at least like, a lot of them, they tended to stick with the same writers, same producers, same directors. So.
Let's try to release it around Halloween every year. And
yep.
Right, gotcha. Do you have a favorite Saw besides the first one?
Ooh, I like 3 actually.
3 was good.
Yeah, I like 3.
I like the protege thing.
Yeah, 2's amazing. Yeah, I'd say 2 and 3.
Yeah.
They're my favorite out of the bunch. 1, 2, and 3.
Chris Angel's here is like, what? Erock's on the podcast. He's like, I watched your vids way back when you first started to really love your Daft Punk Digital Love cover.
Cool.
Yeah, man. The fans know. They know their stuff. But yeah, there's just too many awesome, badass movies, man. There's too much good stuff out there.
And it's funny, too.
Fingers crossed for the new Spider-Man. Hopefully it's dope. Hopefully they do this live. They keep teasing this live-action Spider-Verse type movie.
Yeah.
Just say it. Just say that's what you're doing. Stop torturing us.
It's true. Yeah. And it's funny because... Can I tell you how I got into movies?
Sure, yeah. That was going to be my next question, actually.
So, everyone watches movies, duh. But, when I was in college, I lived alone and, I worked and it was just a crazy time. And I'm that person that always needs something on. I sleep with the TV on, with a movie on, So it was just getting too repetitive. I was just like, I got to get some new movies. Something has to happen.
Yeah.
And there was this place, it was called Movie Stop. Just think GameStop, but for movies.
All right.
And they had crazy amounts of movies. And I went there one time. It was right down the street from me. And it was buy 2, get 2. So I was like, buy 2, get 2.
Yeah, sold.
So I bought all my favorites.
Okay.
But it was such a good deal that I was just like, I'm just going to buy this store. So I was just buying movies, kind of like how I did with music that looked cool.
Yeah.
So for my whole college / master's / everything career, 7 years, every Thursday I went and bought 8 movies because I would buy 4 and get 4 free.
Yeah.
So 52 weeks times 8 movies times 7 years, I accumulated this crazy, my own blockbuster, basically. And that's there were some in there here's Murder Set Pieces. What is this?
Right.
And it could be good, it could be bad, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
And then that like rabbit hole,
that was
everything like that. There's a couple like I was like, wow, this movie is like totally fucked. So I went on the internet and I was like, what other movies are fucked up? And then that's when it like got me like, oh, you should watch Audition, or you should watch Ichi the Killer, or you should watch a Serbian film.
Yeah. Martyrs,
good one.
Stay away from the remake.
I seen it.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
They like missed the whole point.
They did.
They missed the entire point of it.
Tends to happen.
But then that's it. You went down the rabbit hole of.
Oh, let me answer this.
Go ahead.
I own physical 2 copies of a Serbian film.
There you go.
That's how fucked up I am.
It's a legitimately good movie.
See, that's what I argue a lot.
Yeah.
Is it's not like some like production wise.
Right.
It's, you could argue the movie like all you want, like it's like whatever they want to call it, like torture porn or whatever.
Shock value.
Yeah.
Just put in there. Yeah.
But production wise, it looks good. The music's good. The acting's good.
Yeah.
Like it's just if you think the story's fucked up, you think it's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, it's a tale of a fucked up story, and this is what happened to the characters, and that ending kind of made sense.
Yeah, right.
I'm just like. Like the ending to The Witch, everyone hates that. Everyone hates the ending to The Witch.
I love The Witch, actually.
Dude, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
But when you watch the ending, you're like, yeah. It's like, I like the ending because I'm kind of like, if I was in the exact same situation she was, sure.
It's funny because I
join them.
I read that.
Like, why would you fight back at that point? You might as well, sure.
It's funny because I read that the goat actor Charlie is actually a goat actor.
Yeah.
Yes, plays Black Phillip.
Black Phillip.
He's very hard to work with. Apparently, he's a troublesome actor.
The goat actor.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The actual goat, the goat. His name's Charlie.
They should make a documentary.
Yeah, his name is Charlie. He's a very popular, in-demand goat actor. He's very difficult to work with.
I'm going to my trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but it's just kind of like when you have an ending like that, it's kind of like, yeah. Mm-hmm. At that point, sure. Mm-hmm. But people don't like downer endings, It's just like, dude, we don't have to have happy endings all the time. It gets old, And we like when movies take risks and have something different, you know what I mean? That's why a lot of people they absolutely hated the ending to Hereditary. Mm-hmm. And I was perfectly fine with it. I didn't have any. I'm like, this is what happened. Like, did you really see something good coming out of this?
Yeah. See, I think that's why I kind of got like the Saw movies, is because it's almost like I kind of root for the villain a lot.
Right.
So
that's easy to do sometimes though.
Yeah, that's true.
when the characters they give us are like fucking assholes and shit.
That's true.
It's kind of easy.
That's very
why
true.
we like slasher movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all right, that guy needs to go. All right, good. Jason just split him in half. All right, good. We're good. We're on our way. Like the new Halloween. The last Halloween, everybody fucking hated the fucking useless boyfriend. And that was one of our complaints. We're like, dude, that guy should have died. Looks like we might get that in this movie. Yep. Yeah, so yay.
Yep.
But dude, there's just so many. There's creature features, mysteries. Like, you can even go back to the old school, man. Have you seen a Russian film called V?
I have, yeah.
I just recently watched it on Blu-ray. It was good.
Have you seen The Pusher?
Is that with
It's like a trilogy series.
Is that with Mads Mikkelsen? He's in right?
He's in the second one, yeah.
I need to watch those.
The third one is unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to watch those. They need to make like a box set of those or something.
Yeah.
Didn't they try to remake that over here? They only did like one. Stop it.
Yeah, because I was the same way. Even though it was like very good, I always prefer the original dragon tattoo to the I love David Lynch too.
Right.
But
yeah. That and I'm confused because everyone really liked the remake over here.
Yeah,
but they didn't make any more. They're just
the
first one.
Actually, they did. They did
really.
Yeah, it was weird. They skipped.
Oh, that's what that movie was.
And they did the spider.
Oh, okay, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, I got confused there. But yeah, there's just too many badass movies out there, man, and a lot of stinkers. But, but sometimes you can get just as much entertainment out of a C flick than you could an A flick.
100%.
Yeah, I always talk about this film, Miami Connection, up here. I always talk about it because it's one of those. It's bad. Everything's bad. The acting.
We talking The Room bad or?
It's bad. It's bad. But I love it though because it's so sincere.
Same.
Like the guy in there really wanted to make this badass martial arts movie. But this might entice you to check it out, if you can check it out and watch it for free. So, Taekwondo Master has a school of Taekwondo students, all right?
Mm-hmm.
At night, when they're not training in Taekwondo, at night they have a music band, rock band called Dragon Sound that plays at a club, and they sing about songs of friendship and fighting ninjas.
Amazing.
While at the same time going out on the street vigilante style fighting drug dealers that are also ninjas that ride on motorcycles in the daytime. Come on.
Amazing.
Miami Connection, son. And it was a lost movie for years.
Yeah.
It was lost. Like the guy tried to release it and it just didn't do anything and it got buried. And it got found by someone's garage was selling it, like the film.
Yeah.
Just some guy.
Yeah.
And these guys who were big cult film collectors and they do these festivals found it, and then that's it. Everyone loves the movie now, and it got a Blu-ray release. So yeah, the songs are gonna get stuck in your head about friendship and fighting ninjas. But yeah, like if that interests you at all,
it does.
Check out Miami Connection, man. Check it out. But this was a blast, man. This was a blast. There we go. Miami Connection is my religion now. There's people with Dragon Sound shirts now.
Awesome.
Like, you're going to die laughing, especially when the Taekwondo teacher, you can tell he's not even strumming the guitar, bro. Like, he's just like, it's great.
Fantastic.
It's great. You got to watch it. But yeah, this was a blast hanging out with the legend himself, Eric. That's right. 331Erock. We enjoy your channel. Movie Dojo Army, you know what to do. You've already been doing it. Make sure you keep subscribing. You got some badass stuff coming up. You heard it right here from now. Right here, confirmed. Exclusive. Bloodsport's coming, son. Come on. Come on. Make sure also to check out his artwork. Support him that way as well. Make sure you support his future works as well. And like we say to all our guests, make this your second home, man. Come back anytime you want to hang out with the old samurai if you like. Maybe we could do some movie reviews together. I've had other, like, some other directors and stuff, people on here or filmmakers, and they sometimes need a break from from what they're doing, and they'll come back here and we'll just do a movie review. We'll just talk about movies. Cool. So when you need a break from your music stuff, man, come on back here, man. We'll do some
Count me reviews. In.
Like a really amazing artist. I don't know if you've heard of Dan Mumford.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been on here twice already.
Oh,
and
cool.
This Sunday, segue, at 1 p.m. Pacific time, on our series, Is It Really That Bad? The next one we're going to be talking about, me and Dan Mumford, we're going to be talking about Alien versus Predator. That's right, the first one. So that's going to be this Sunday. And Eric, let me know. When we don't go anywhere when I end the broadcast, but if you got some ideas for Is It Really That Bad episode, we'll do it, man. We'll have some fun with that.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. See you guys Sunday. We might do some movie reviews or something live tomorrow. We'll see. With Lady Fatblood, we might talk about the newest Mads Mikkelsen movie, Riders of Justice. We'll see if we get some free time. But until next time, keep rocking, keep rolling, keep watching movies. We'll see you guys again soon. Take care, guys.